What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Dirt Castle for the next episode of Lovely Slime Rancher. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a bit, and I'm actually waiting for my chicken coops to be worth it. We got a bunch of problems, right? There are things that need to be fixed that unfortunately are taking a bit more effort than expected. Fill this place back on up with the food that they like so that they can be happy. A little bit of farming activities to do today, but I promise we're going to go off to that little left-hand area that we discovered earlier, too. I feel like I've been keeping y'all on the hook for it, and so I wanted to do it. We should have quite a few more phosphorus slimes in here, I think. Why do I feel like my phosphorus slimes are gone? Huh. Part of me is wondering if you can keep chickens in here. Chickens appear to be okay. I might turn this into like a chicken farming area or something. I think that might work out for me. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Let me pick up all this random stuff too. I don't think I want to put these in here right now. What I actually wanted to do is I wanted to take these, drop them in there, and then with our dispenser I wanted to fill it up all the way so we can get it all taken care of. And then finally, while I'm here, I guess, we will receive the bounty of our plorts, and we shall put them forth into our sucky gun, because we have some farming to do up front first. Before we go off to the left-hand side, there's only 3 or 4 slime types that we haven't discovered yet. I think we've got those in front of us once we get to some of the new maps. We just kind of got to keep our eyes open. I think the gold ones are the rare ones. I've seen one gold one. Very, very rare to see a gold one, but I saw one time, and I think we saw it on camera, right? It was in episode 3 or 4. It hopped out of a bush while we were running around. It was just kind of an odd thing to see. It was not something that I expected. So my plort collector's working overtime over here. Those slimes appear to be up to some kind of gymnastics or something. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's go back out to our farming field. I don't want to get too many tasks on the brain before I get started here. We're going to pick up all of those Q berries. Carrot's starting to sound pretty good over here. Basically, I'm just looking for stuff to fill the hoppers with. Perfect. Got all that done, and then the mangoes would be absolutely delightful. So there it is. We got our mangoes covered. We still got this plot over here I think is doing heartbeats. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm going to put the nutrient soil in on each of these, and we'll just keep an eye on the way that it goes. I bet they're working. Like, I don't think that it's bugged or anything like that. I think that I forgot to reseed the soil, but it was just an observation. In the previous episode, I had made the observation that it seems kind of... I just heard a weird noise. Anyways, it seems like the plots that had all the upgrades produced less, and I don't think that's actually the case. I doubt very strongly that that's the case. I think that I actually just forgot to reseed the soil, which I think you have to do like every 3 to 4 harvests. Now we've got a bunch of carrots. I'll probably... Does this thing... Yeah, I mean, just fill them up with whatever. I don't even care about it that much. And there's probably one right there too, so perfect. 25 carrots in there. They've got loads and loads and loads of food sitting around. Let's go on our adventure, shall we? Got a pretty much empty, more or less empty inventory. I guess I could throw down another corral right here. And then we can kind of just do something like that, and we'll just keep an eye on them and see if maybe... I don't know, they disintegrated when we put them in the cave, because it said that they can't be in direct sunlight for long without disintegrating. So, that being said, I put them in the cave, but they still disintegrated. That makes me nervous. It makes me feel like I don't really understand what makes those slimes happy. I don't know how to touch their tummies properly. I don't know how to give them the wiggles good. So anyways, let's go off and... I thought there was a water dispenser closer than this. This water dispenser is way out here. Let's go ahead and fill up real fast. And I don't think that's going to take too long. Getting 40 water should be a pretty quick acquisition. Alright, now that we've got that, I just wanted to play around with this for a second because I've been having a lot of trouble with the pond slimes, the aqua slimes, the water slimes, puddle slimes, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care about nomenclature. They elude me, though. They are a difficult species to keep in action. Oh man, they're already gone. So maybe you gotta put the sun... I mean... I built a pond for them, but they despawned from that too. Kind of wondering if I just did it wrong. Like they need a pond in the sun maybe and not a pond in the shade. I don't know. They're the first slime that I've come across that has produced considerable complications and a little bit of testing. All the other slimes were fairly easy to figure out. Puddle slimes, on the other hand, a little bit more difficult to figure out exactly what you need to do with them. That's okay. I like that about it. If there was no challenge here, it'd get boring very, very quickly. I like the fact that I got to keep fiddling with them, trying to figure out what they do before I can move on. I will more than likely combine the honey slimes. Actually, I guess I could make them a little bit more resilient. I could try and breed the puddle slimes, maybe. That seems like it might work. Might be worth the effort to put that in there. I think that was all of the tars taken care of. I don't think there's that many more here. So instead, I now need to be up here. At which point, I recall there being more zones off this way. Now, it might not be populated with content yet. That's a distinct likelihood that we might find nothing over here. Still, I'd like to take a look and find out. Looks like the area is still under construction. There's a whole bunch of chickens over there. But, knowing what I know about the game, we might be able to get around. Some crates and other little things in there, but I don't see anything important. Big old chicken dispenser back up in here. I'll probably try and make the cat slime happy then. You can jump the boundaries. It looks like we've got some sort of fossil zone, maybe? Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a desert over here. That's pretty cool. Interesting stuff. Either way, we can have a look at like what's coming in future patches then. I don't know how soon it's going to be before the game patches on up. This is officially like the first release that I think they've even given out to like random YouTube and press sources and stuff like that. Like, this is not a game that's been out for a long, long time. And it's not one where I feel like the developers are super interested in developing this alongside. I get the feeling that they're just kind of doing it slowly. Just trying to get a feel for it before they go all in and do like the Steam release and everything else. Yeah, it looks like we got something over here, and that's more than likely the backside of the zone that we came from. That is our ranching zone's ass. That leaves us with very few slimes left to capture, actually. If you take a look at our Slimepedia, we're missing a slime right there. We're missing a slime right there, and my guess is that one of them is a gold slime, and all of these might not be populated yet. That's the other part. The game is still in pre-early access. It's not even in early access yet. So we might be missing a couple things. I know that for a fact that I haven't found the bush hen, or whatever the hell that's called. There's a type of hen that we haven't found yet, and I'm not sure where we get it from, but I'm wondering if we gotta, like, breed it or something like that. Still. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe these have not been implemented yet. Because if you look at the areas that we've explored so far, this would be the desert zone, and this would be the ruins zone right here, if we were doing the count. Because there's a couple zones that I haven't played around with, or that I haven't been in, but at the same time, they're kind of open because you can break the map, you can take a look around. I think this acts as a really good prelude, though. Like, this is a thing to get the players excited and get them to the point where I want to find out what's coming next. Like, the game has just now whetted my appetite and got me really, really hungry for Slime Rancher gameplay. Because the game's a lot of fun and it's really, really well designed and everything feels good about it. It's rare to find a title that's not even in early access yet that's this polished and is working this well. I think in like 10 hours of gameplay, I've had one crash. And other than that, I think the game doesn't alt-tab very well. And that's pretty much it. Like, but I've seen final releases of games that don't alt-tab very well and crash every 5 minutes, so I'll take a crash every 10 hours. When compared to, you know, one every 5 minutes for sure. I think that since we came down here, there might not be a whole lot of ways. This little cave over here, in my experience, I think this is the cave that has the phosphor slime queen in it. So yeah, that actually adds up too, because this would allow you to go into... This would provide you with the key so that you could get into the ruin zone over there, or the desert zone. And then the other slime would provide you with another key so that you could get into... Hell if I know. I mean, there's another zone on the opposite end of the jungle. My assumption here is that you're going to be able to cache those in whatever order you want. give you a little bit of freeform gameplay, you know? Which is really, really cool. I like games that don't constrict me to playing a certain way. Like, they don't force you down the same perfect progression every single time. You can kind of play around with ideas first before you go any further. I think that's a good game design concept. Sorry about that. There's a weird chill in the air right now. And actually, the air is very, very dry. It's a tough one. I might have to get a humidifier. I'm not normally kind of like a I have maladies type of person. Like, in general, I was raised not to complain about stuff like that. But with the amount that I record every single day, I do multiple hours of recording every single day. I have found that, unfortunately, you can't escape from me. I'm a sniper, fool. You try to hide in the tree, and I'm still going to take you out. Not going to save yourself that way. I can virtually assure you of that fact. You need to be able to get one of these little water jets in your city. I know you can suck from your own pond. Alright, maybe I'll try a pond in the sun next. Maybe I'll try a pond in the sun. That's the only idea that I have, though, that we haven't really permuted and tried. I think that we've tried a lot of different things here. I'll probably feed these to you. Oh, look at that. It gets a little bit bigger each time that I feed it. Huh. Alright, well, I guess we'll do another run through the jungle zone. It's unfortunate. We've run out of content. That really disappoints me. Not in the game itself. Like, I'm not disappointed in Slime Rancher. I love Slime Rancher. This game is a blast. But just because I want there to be more. I want this to be one of those games like Minecraft, you know, for example, where you can just spend inordinate amounts of time playing it. And I think they'll actually be able to accomplish that. My suggestion would be that maybe they move away from the pre-built building spots and they let you just free build as you see fit. It might not work. Different games are designed differently in different engines. And so if it doesn't work, I'm not going to complain. Here, let's kill off all the tar here. We're having a lot of issues keeping these things contained. Are we good on tar right now? I think we're okay on tar. Let's go ahead and suck up a few more chickens before things get any weirder. I do need to start hybridizing our slimes too. But anyways, I think if they made it free build, and I think if they made it have like automations and little things that you could add in, sort of redstone style, I think people would have a lot of fun building contraptions to feed their slimes and harvest stuff and do all those fun little tidbits and tasks. I wonder if this is one of the... I want to jump over there, but I don't know if I can make the jump. Even more so when you consider that I have to get out of there. Like, is this spot... It looks like there's a gateway, so yeah, that's under construction. So technically we're not supposed to be over here yet. Maybe I'll jump over there and we can take a look at the Phallic Ruins area once we've taken care of everything on this side. If the developer's watching this, that's got to be driving him crazy. He's like, I did not design them to look like wieners. I didn't mean it to do. They just kind of are that way. I'm like, sorry, man. YouTuber, I got to point it out. I got to make conversation somehow while we're going through the episode. And naturally, I gravitate toward wieners. But as I was saying previously, that's right. You can go ahead and put that in a quote. I don't mind. I don't normally complain about stuff, but the air is very dry right now. And I found that my throat's been hurting a lot the last couple days while I've been recording, and I have to make like these cuts like every 6 or 7 minutes to take a drink from a glass of water and kind of get my throat feeling better. It's not for my recording. I think it's just the air is really, really, really dry right now. I know that people I know have been having really bad chapped lips and stuff like that. I don't get chapped lips, strangely enough. Never had a problem with it. I think I had a problem with it one time when I was staying at... Oh, man, you little bastards. I fired a chicken at him. I don't think that's going to get the job done, though. I keep these tars out of here. There we go, perfect. A little bit better. I got enough roostros and henny hens and all that kind of stuff to where I think we should be able to hold it down. I needed to grab another pond slime, though. That was pretty much the next thing on the list. I'm just going to sprint past them. I do think the game needs more tangible threats. That's a big thing, is I think the game needs to be a little bit more hostile. I find that you can basically waltz your way through the game without really having any trouble. And there are other examples of games like Pokemon and things like that where the games are cutesy and fun and kind of for kids and adults alike, while at the same time maintaining like a level of challenge and threat. So I think they could probably do it here. The tar are a good start, but I'm thinking there should be all kinds of like random non-harvestable predators, like things like snakes and stuff like that, that'll be around that you just got to keep an eye out for. God, we could earn a fortune in here if we could just get our hands on some of these honey slimes. Like, there are mad volumes of honey laying around. And it seems like I'm missing out on, like, a big grip of profit if I don't take these. And I could use the money. We're super broke right now. I also haven't gotten up on the walls of this zone and taken a look to see if there's anything I missed just yet. I'll probably try to do it pretty soon. Where are my pond slimes at? Oh, there's one over here somewhere. Because there's an aquaplort in the water unless a tar ate him. Which is also possible. Yeah, I think a tar or something must have got him. Or maybe that he hybridized with something else. I guess he could have just moved around, but... Are you? You're a pink phosphor largo. That's an explosive largo. Okay. Trying to get some more chickens while I'm over here. Not even lying about it. Trying to get some chickens while I'm over here. Looks like we've got another tar in the area too, so I think I'll probably just have to swing through here every now and again and just hope that I find one of the puddle slimes. It's a little bit of a letdown. I was hoping I'd get another one so we could test out the new theory today. Don't really want to make the walk again too. That's the other half of it. Grab that right there. Man, this zone has some real problems. Some very, very real problems with tar. I don't think that's going to get him out of the zone. Yeah, I was going to say. They can be notoriously difficult to get rid of. Come on, you little bastard. I think that should be okay. I don't think you can get the puddle slimes out of chests or anything like that. Don't quote me on it. I've yet to see one, though. Throw that one out into the slime sea and just let him suffer. Suffer! Suffer! So on that side, lots more chickens than anything else around here. Lots more chickens. I will, however, gather these honey plorts before we leave. Because I believe in maintaining profitability. And we are kind of not flush with cash at the moment. That is the opposite status I like my cash to be in. The one that I really, really like is when we have more cash than we know what to do with. Alright, so we got them all settled. They're doing their thing. Let's go ahead and stony hen them on up for a little bit. I don't know how rapidly they're going to eat chickens. But I think I'll probably just future stock them for a while. We have received 8 plorts, actually. There's a bunch more inside of there, but it's a bad idea. Going inside of there is always dangerous. Yeah, even when you're close to the fence, you can still get blasted, so be careful about it. And it does considerable amounts of damage, too. Like, it's not just like a little amount of damage. It's an amount of damage that is non-negligible. There we go. Plort Collector wasn't really doing his job, so I had to earn a couple scars there in order to get the job done. Looks like boom plorts are crazy profitable right now. So we'll go ahead and sell those, make a little bit of cash. Hens, these all need to go into the kitty slime cage. Perfect. We got enough roostros right there. And we got enough roostros right there, so I'll probably feed these roostros to these dear little kitties in here, and they can just make themselves happy off the fat of the land. Perfect. I need this over here. You know, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do in order to keep those puddle slimes in good shape. I think I'd probably like to... Let's go get our honey slimes harvested, too. Come on, honey slime. Wow, we're about to make a bunch of cash. We are about to harvest fat stacks, my friends. fat stacks, the fattest of stacks, the most obese of stacks. Oh man, and of course the market's down right now. Alright, let's store the honey for later then. There's no point getting rid of it and wasting it if we're earning like half of market value. I'd rather wait till it's at least evened out before I get rid of it. Cool. Looking perfect right there. Chickens are looking solid on this side. I'll probably leave them as they are. I need more mangoes. We're going to throw these. I want to make sure that the honey slimes stay fed since they're the ones that are more or less providing for our gluttony at the moment. They're the ones that are making the wallet thick. Keeping the pocketbook thick. Alright, guys. Dinner time. Perfect. Let's go out to our fields. We'll grab everything that we can off the trees. We'll sleep for the night. And that'll be pretty much it. I think we should be settled. This side we got the beets going. Actually, it looks like we already harvested today. So maybe I won't. I will, however, pick up some chickens while I'm here. It seems like a waste to me to not do so. Oh, there's a chicken over here somewhere. There they are. They're taunting me from the shadows. Like, aha! This fool cannot find us even if we cluck deeply within the grass. Like, continue. Continue to cluck deeply, my friend. Continue to cluck deeply. You will be mine, and I will catch you. I'll just throw them in here. I figure they're probably not fully fed yet. Bunch of kitty slimes or a kitty plort in here. That'll be great. See if we could drop in maybe 28, 30 of these things. Hybridizing is probably going to be the next thing that I play around with, trying to make these things a tad more resilient by breeding. I'd like to, in particular, play around with the phosphor slimes. Now, I don't know if they maintain their main form. What happened there? Oh, it was resetting the market prices. I've never seen that happen before. Alright, that's kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and rest till the morning. Fantastic. Now we'll have the opportunity to go over here and harvest even more honey slimes. Man, these little guys are producers. They eat like non-stop. It's almost like, how do you keep them in food? They eat so much, but they're making me so rich. That's the good part about it. That's the very, very good part. They're making us wealthy. That's why I put up with their plort-like shenanigans. Apparently, I'm a well-off rancher by the game's designs here. Oh, we made 3,000. So what achievements do we have? I love achievements. Achievements are the stuff. So 2,500 plorts of the. We've sold 1,300, almost 1,400 plorts. That's amazing. Buck bagoo. So we have to have 3 different veggie gardens on our ranch. Okay. Upper crust is when we get 100,000, a quick new buck. So we have to earn 5,000 new bucks in a single day. That's a tall order. That's a tall order. Not my morning. Knocked out before 10 a.m. Returned to the ranch after more than 24 hours. The Glass Desert. Smoke, fire, and mirrors. I wonder if these are in the game yet. Interesting. I'm thinking there might be... Huh. I'm thinking there must be someplace we haven't seen yet, because there's achievements in here for them. And the achievements, whereas some of the other stuff in the game seems to be a little ahead of itself, I think there's still areas that I haven't been to. And I'd like to look around for them, I just don't know where they're at. It says there's a quarry, and it says there's a glass desert, so... meh. It matches up with the other stuff that we've done. Incinerate an elder chicken, good lord. Alright, well, we'll start working on achievements and stuff like that in the next couple episodes, because we got to find things to do inside the confines of the game. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Slime Rancher. It's a blast to play the game with all of you. I really, really do enjoy this title, and I'm hoping it updates rapidly and frequently, but if it doesn't, I will be patient and I will wait. I will see you all in future episodes. Hi to everybody.